You better believe that I hate the people that took this girl and raped her brutally. You better believe it. And it's more than anger, it's hatred. And I want society to hate it.
Nevertheless, Yusef Salaam of the Exonerated Five seems to have prevailed in central Harlem.
This is the best thing you'll see all day.
That's right. Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
The great Dr. King once said that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Well, listen to this. The man you just saw there is Yusef Salaam. He was a member of the Exonerated Five who were wrongfully convicted of the rape and assault of a Central Park jogger in 1989. And during that time, the vile former president of the United States, Donald Trump, took out a full-page ad calling for their execution, the execution of these children.
Donald Trump faces the prospect of even more indictments and complains that he's being treated unfairly. It's worth remembering his hypocrisy and just how quickly and harshly he judges others. In 1989, he took out a full-page ad calling for the death penalty for 5 young teens who were falsely accused of brutally attacking a Central Park jogger.
In 2014, the men were awarded a $40 million settlement from New York City. The story that had gripped the city for years came to a close. And yet one Manhattan resident's obsession with the case continues to this day. Just weeks after the crime was committed in 1989, Donald Trump took out a full-page ad in 4 New York newspapers advocating the return of the death penalty. And when the city awarded the men a settlement in 2014, Trump wrote an editorial in the Daily News calling the settlement a disgrace. And now, even now, as a presidential nominee for the Republican Party, Trump hasn't allowed science or evidence to change his initial reaction to the case. Just this week, Trump said he still considers the men, again, exonerated by the criminal justice system and by DNA scientific evidence, guilty, issuing a statement saying, quote, they admitted they were guilty. The police doing the original investigation say they were guilty. The fact that case was settled with so much evidence against them is outrageous. The woman so badly injured will never be the same.
After Trump's first indictment, one of the now exonerated 5, Yusef Salaam, responded with simply karma.
And just yesterday, as the walls are seemingly closing in on the former Cheeto-in-chief, this happened.
Reporters at Salaam's election night headquarters seemed energized by the contest, in which he promised fresh blood, change, and solutions to the failures of the criminal justice system.
If y'all saw where I was on the ballot. That's right. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. This campaign has been about those who have been forgotten. All right. This campaign has been about our Harlem community who has been pushed into the margins of life and made to believe that they were supposed to be there. What has happened in this campaign has restored my faith in knowing that I was born for this. Every single thing that happens to you happens for you. Right, right. Having to be kidnapped from my home as a 15-year-old child, to be lodged in the belly of the beast. I was gifted to turn that experience into the womb of America. I was gifted because I was able to see it for what it really was. A system that was trying to make me believe that I was my ancestors' wildest nightmare. But I am my ancestors' wildest dream.
Yusef Salaam won his New York City primary and is undoubtedly going to win the general. How about that?
So I just, I'm very, very curious as to how it felt for you in particular, having been through what you were and having that man want you dead, want you to be killed by the state of New York, to watch him have to face the criminal justice system today. How did you feel?
34 years ago, I wasn't afforded the presumption of innocence. They looked at the color of my skin and judged me by it. They never looked at the content of my character. in America, they say that you're innocent until proven guilty, but rather for the black and brown community, they look at you and say you are guilty, guilty, guilty. And I look at what happened today, and it was a moment for me. It was a moment because here we are on the cusp of, can I go from calling it the criminal system of injustice, which everyone knows me as calling it, back to calling it the criminal justice system? This moment is a moment, I'm sure, when I think about Dr. King, you know, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. I get the opportunity to be front and center with all of my lived experiences. And it's a bittersweet moment, though, at the same time. You know, it's you know, when I think about the rhetoric that's out there when Donald Trump says, you know, if they could do this to me, you know, none of us are safe.
Come on.
We live in two different worlds. And of course, people take my words and they bend it and try to attribute it to other people and other groups. And no, I'm talking about Donald Trump, and I'm talking about the people who use privilege as a weapon.
Yo, heads up!
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.